Many fans saw Tai Felton's name come off the board in the third round, pick 102, and thought, just another player to fill out the roster. But anyone who's watched his tape knows there's something there that doesn't match such a late selection. Felton came in with a type of explosiveness and tactical awareness that usually gets picked much earlier. So, here comes the question. If he has all that, why did he drop so far in the draft? The answer lies in one specific aspect of his game that the Vikings noticed, one that could shake up the rotation from the very first weeks. And more importantly, this pick could spark a real battle among receivers who currently go unchallenged. Stay in the video to understand what almost went unnoticed but could make a direct impact on the field. When the Minnesota Vikings selected Tai Felton in the 2025 draft, they acquired more than just a name on the depth chart. They brought in a prospect with distinct athletic attributes and a specific technical profile that deserves detailed analysis. Felton arrives in Minnesota after an impressive development at Maryland, where he transformed a modest 51 yards as a freshman in 2021 into an explosive output of 1,124 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2024, demonstrating an upward trajectory of growth that few prospects display. The physical attributes of Felton established the foundation for his projection in the NFL. His time of 4.37 seconds in the 40-yard dash places him among the top 6 fastest receivers in the most recent evaluation cycle, while his vertical jump of 40 inches demonstrates functional explosiveness that translates directly into game situations. This combination of linear speed and lower body power is easily identifiable on his tape, particularly in situations where vertical separation and the ability to attack the highest point of the ball are critical. However, the physical frame of 6 feet 1 inch and 183 pounds serves simultaneously as an advantage and a limitation. The leaner build favors his acceleration and agility, but imposes restrictions in contexts of intense physical contact, especially against stronger cornerbacks in press coverage. This physical reality is directly reflected in his contested catch numbers. Only 39% success rate in 2023 and 38.5% for his career, a statistic that demands attention in projections for the professional level. Technical evaluation reveals a disciplined route runner with refined footwork and notable ability to manipulate defenders through variations in tempo. Felton masters what scouts call absence of telegraphing, the ability to maintain a consistent stride until the break point, preventing defenders from anticipating his movements. This technical quality is particularly valuable on curl, out, and comeback routes, where precision at the breakpoint often determines the success of the play. Felton's technical repertoire also extends to pre-snap reads, with emphasis on his ability to adjust routes based on the recognition of blitzes and zone coverages. On routes like slant and bang 8, Felton intelligently exploits the space between defenders using body positioning to create larger reception windows. This type of dynamic adjustment requires above-average football IQ and enhances his effectiveness as a safety valve in quick progressions, a crucial role in offenses that prioritize fast decision-making and sustained tempo. His ability to maintain the route along the numbers line demonstrates spatial awareness and gives the quarterback lateral flexibility, reinforcing offensive timing even under pressure. On intermediate routes, Felton demonstrates excellent spatial awareness, identifying vulnerable areas in coverages and positioning himself strategically between defensive levels. This game reading translates into tangible production. Of his 96 receptions in 2024, approximately 72.9% were concentrated in zones between 1 to 15 yards, making him a reliable chain mover in critical possession situations. His positional versatility is another valuable asset. Although projected as RWR, right wide receiver with the Vikings, the same position occupied by Jordan Addison Felton has experience both on the perimeter and in the slot, operating efficiently in triple formations and compressed sets. This tactical flexibility allows the offensive coordinator to deploy his skills across multiple situational packages, exploiting favorable matchups. In the post-catch context, Felton presents numbers that justify his use in quick game and screen schemes: 590 yards after the catch and 25 avoided tackles in his most productive season, placing him in the top 6 nationally in this metric according to Pro Football Focus data. His ability to turn short receptions into significant gains adds a valuable dimension to the offensive arsenal, especially in short and medium third down situations. The tactical construction of his offensive usage is particularly focused on creating horizontal mismatches. With around 33% of his receptions coming from screens, Felton finds his greatest impact in concepts that stretch the field laterally. By attacking open space with explosiveness and reading blocks effectively, he turns routine receptions into multi-first down plays, exploiting unfavorable angles for defenders. His frequent involvement in tunnel screen and quick out routes highlights a profile tailored for rhythm-based offenses, where processing speed after the catch is more valuable than the physical dominance at the point of reception. An often underestimated aspect is his participation in perimeter blocking, a skill valued in offenses that emphasize the running game and lateral screens. Although not his primary role due to physical limitations, Felton shows technical commitment and willingness to contribute without the ball, a quality that aligns with the Vikings' collaborative culture. When positioning Felton on the Vikings depth chart, we find a well-defined competitive scenario. As RWR Player 2, he establishes himself immediately behind Jordan Addison, Player 1, in a unit that includes Justin Jefferson, LWR, as the unquestioned star and Jalen Naylor, SWR, in the slot. This hierarchy reflects both the proven experience of Addison and Jefferson and Felton's development potential. The comparison with Jordan Addison, who recorded 63 receptions for 875 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2024, is particularly relevant, considering they both occupy the same position. While Addison presents a more physical game and a wider catch radius, evidenced by his 63.6% catch rate on frequently contested targets, Felton offers superior yak potential and a more pronounced vertical threat. This complementarity suggests a strategic rotation based on matchups and specific game situations. Although the comparison with Addison highlights stylistic differences, Felton's situational application gains relevance when examining his explosiveness metrics in critical plays. In 2024, he recorded 21 receptions of 15 yards or more, evidence of his ability to generate impact even from seemingly conservative routes. Notably, his 75-yard reception against UConn solidified his profile as a big play receiver, breaking the mold of a strictly complementary pass catcher. His coexistence with primary targets like Jefferson and Addison can be seen as a tactical advantage. While defenses focus on short and intermediate zones, Felton provides an unexpected vertical threat at key moments. Alongside Justin Jefferson, whose elite production, 103 receptions for 1,533 yards and 10 touchdowns in 2024, sets clear expectations for the receiver corps. Felton will not compete directly for primary targets, but rather for situational opportunities that leverage his specific strengths. Jefferson, with his dominance on intermediate and deep routes, will naturally draw double and triple coverage, potentially creating exploitable windows for secondary receivers. Felton's real competition will be against Thayer Thomas and Dante Fleming for residual snaps and a permanent spot on the roster. His competitive edge lies not only in his productive college history, 96 receptions in 2024 compared to just 13 from Thomas in 2023, but also in his versatility and potential contributions on special teams, an area where he has accumulated significant experience as a gunner, kickoff returner, 105 yards versus SMU in 2023, and punt returner, 17 yards versus USC in 2024. His contribution on special teams goes beyond kick returns. As a gunner in coverage formations, Felton demonstrated positional discipline and pursuit instincts, playing with controlled aggression in limiting opponents' big plays. His special teams role, although situational, includes a 105-yard return against SMU and a 17-yard punt return versus USC, signaling his potential impact in condensed field situations. Additionally, he recorded a defensive tackle in 2024, an uncommon occurrence but indicative of his tactical commitment even outside his primary role. This experience on special teams is not merely supplementary, but a strategic advantage for a rookie seeking to establish his role in a competitive roster. The ability to perform multiple functions enhances his situational value and aligns with the organizational philosophy of maximizing contributions across all phases of the game. The conceptual grade of C+ assigned to Felton accurately captures his profile. A prospect with standout athletic traits and refined technique in specific areas, yet one who faces structural limitations that restrict his immediate impact as a primary target. This evaluation acknowledges his functional versatility without overlooking deficiencies in critical areas such as high-pointing, ball security under intense contact, and consistency against aggressive press coverage. For the Vikings, Felton represents a strategic investment with low risk and potential for meaningful return. His immediate projection indicates a rotational role within the receiver corps, emphasizing specific packages that maximize his strengths. Separation on short and intermediate routes, yak potential, and occasional vertical threat. Tactically, Felton tends to benefit in schemes using 11 personnel, 1 RB, 1 TE, with reads focused on horizontal progressions. When aligned as the quarterback's third read, his conversion rate on third downs, 63.2%, demonstrates an operational efficiency that goes beyond raw statistics. His average of 5.2 yards after catch in 2024 reflects improved recognition of angles and blocks combined with a sense of urgency in gaining yardage post-reception. In a system that prioritizes offensive fluidity, Felton can fill strategic roles that not only sustain drives but also create field position advantages. Tactically, the fit with Minnesota is particularly interesting considering recent offensive trends. In 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, Felton can exploit spaces created by defensive attention focused on Jefferson and Addison, functioning as a security valve in progressions or as a secondary threat in flood concepts. His efficiency on third down in college, 63.2% conversion rate on targets, suggests reliability in critical situations, the exact type of consistency valued in complementary receivers. The transition to the professional level will require technical refinements, particularly in releases against more physical press coverage and finishing contested catches. However, his consistent development throughout his college career from reserve to All-American in 4 years demonstrates a capacity for technical and mental growth that inspires confidence in his trajectory. While Felton does not project the immediate impact typically associated with first-round picks, his profile offers tactical versatility, qualified depth, and development potential within a system that values technical precision and situational explosiveness. His addition represents an intelligent complementary piece for an already talented receiver group with the potential to exceed expectations if placed in roles that maximize his specific strengths while protecting his structural limitations. The earliest indicators of success for Felton in the NFL will be less tied to raw reception volume and more to efficiency and limited opportunities. Third down conversion rate, yak in horizontal stretch concepts, and contributions on special teams. These will be the true benchmarks to evaluate his added value to the Vikings roster during his rookie season. For 2025, projecting Felton as RWR2 with approximately 30 to 40 targets throughout the regular season seems realistic, with potential for growth based on performance, offensive scheme, and the health of the receiver group. The real test will be his ability to translate flashes of talent into professional consistency, the definitive mark that separates promising prospects from lasting contributors in the NFL. Vikings fan, we want to hear from you. With his versatility and offensive formations and impact on special teams, do you believe Tai Felton can establish himself as one of the most efficient targets in the rotation in 2025? Or will his contribution remain limited to situational packages? Share your projection. Thank you for watching and see you soon.